Hi, this is Karen Templeton. I'm the Director of Communications with the Office of the Provost, and I'm joined today by Eva Lewis, who is our Vice Provost for Institutional Effectiveness and Academic Planning. Thank you for being here. There is a lot that your office does, and we've been having conversations with colleagues across campus who are doing things specific to COVID-19, but I thought today we could talk more broadly than that because there's a lot that you all do that not everyone is aware of. A lot of programs and initiatives across campus benefit from the data your office provides. Specifically, enrollment management and retention uses data to inform their strategy. Can you tell us a little bit more about specifically them and other programs that benefit from the data you provide?
Sure, Karen, thanks. I think a lot of people may not realize the breadth of things that we do in our office, so I appreciate the opportunity. First of all, we are responsible for federal and state reporting, and so I have to say that right up front. Those carry, some of them carry big penalties in terms of not doing them or not doing them on time. So that work has to continue no matter what, and it's very important to the university. But more specifically now, we are providing a lot of reports because of the interest in student success. You know, how are students doing? Are they remaining enrolled? How does the summer census look? How does the fall census look? These are reports that we're doing not only for our own administration, but also for the system office and for the state AIC reporting, and also for the budget offices. As you know, we're working on budgets a lot, and so everybody's wanting to know sort of minute by minute what is happening with our students, and are they able to make this adjustment in terms of the online learning, in terms of withdrawals or, you know, remaining in class and things like that. So it's really been a lot in terms of a demand for that kind of information.
Definitely. I can think about a lot of the work you all do helps, you know, the data we collect and can analyze can help shape a student experience, faculty experience. So it's really important. And a lot of really interesting initiatives. Is there an example or two you could give us of some interesting projects you all have worked on?
Sure. And let me just say, in regard to the previous that we mentioned, this is really all helping people make decisions, right? So we need to know, you know, who's enrolling, what kind of classroom space we're going to need, and the budget to support that in terms of faculty, part-time, full-time, that kind of thing. So all of this is really geared toward helping people make better decisions. Most recently, we've been involved in a couple of different projects. We're doing a university-wide study on transfer student success. That's a really big, important student population for us. And we were asked a question about this by one of the schools, and we thought, you know, that's a really good thing for everybody to have. So we're working on that, and we'll be able to roll that out quickly. We also did a lot of work in analyzing classroom utilization. We did that before the change in business model. But the interesting thing is those kinds of analyses and data will help us forward planning with any of the modifications that we have to make, perhaps in the fall or whenever we get back to campus. And then another thing that we're doing is we're rebuilding a report called the admissions funnel, and this is for enrollment management. It is where you are going to be able to see a minute-by-minute reporting of, you know, who's applied, who's admitted, and what that flow looks like. The good thing about that is that we're doing it not only to have a dashboard capability, but also to automate it so that it doesn't require necessarily a human to run it every time it's running on its own daily. So that is exciting, but it does take a lot of detailed programming and work. So you want to make sure that it's right. You want to make sure that it's pulling data consistently. So those are some interesting projects.
Those are interesting, and that classroom utilization, I mean, is so timely, given what possible modifications schools across the country are looking at, specifically ours. So that's really interesting. We always are hearing about accreditation and all the work that goes into
Right.
that. And you all are really have your finger on the pulse of all of that. Can you talk a little bit about how your office is involved?
Sure, that's a great question. Yes, we are coordinating the SAC-COC accreditation process for the university. In fact, right now, we have a decennial reaffirmation review with SAC-COC, but they've also implemented a fifth-year interim report, and that is what we're working on right now. It is due on in the middle of March of 2021. We have the SAC-COC liaison in our office, Dr. Katrina Mintz Bradley. She just got married. And so she is our SAC-COC liaison. And she's coordinated a group of subcommittees around the different standards that have to be reported. And those subcommittee chairs are working with people in the university community to gather materials and put narratives together. So that is a really big effort in the middle of all this, and it cannot stop. You know, we are not delayed on that process at all with the business model change. So, and SAC-COC is requiring that deadline of mid-March. You know, it's firm.
Yeah, and that's important that you all were able to get up and running in the remote working environment to keep that sort of thing moving forward. And that's good that you pointed that out, because a lot of our deadlines have been changed and things have been modified, but there's certain ones that aren't, and you have to keep moving.
That's right. The federal reporting requirements and the SAC-COC accreditation, they are still on target.
Well, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the dashboards you all are building, what those are, and when they might be available?
Yeah, so we've been putting a lot of work into creating some dashboards. The first priority that we have had is to develop dashboards for the Forging the Future strategic plan. And we have essentially started with the enrollment pillar and are just about finished with that, but also trying to move to some of the other pillars so that we can roll those out, especially to the deans, so that they can look and see where their schools are fitting into the overall strategic plan, and it will help them in their strategic plans for their schools and their units. Another dashboard that we've worked on with enrollment management is in regard to the returning student report. This is something that we have been refining over the past few years with enrollment management, and there is a dashboard component, but we've also developed a really detailed table for their use so that they can really track to see the number of students that have returned from last year to this coming fall. It's just really important not only to look at first-time freshmen that are coming back, but also students who are in the process of earning their degrees. We want to make sure that they stay on track.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and then the another dashboard that we've been working on with the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is a dashboard for their use in their department. And those reports will also then feed into the Diversity Foundation of Forging the Future strategic plan. So again, these are a lot of work that are taking place, and we're just eager to get them rolled out as we can. But of course, some of the priorities with the COVID situation have, we're continuing to work on them, but we've had to really put our priorities on some of that transition that we've had in the schools to the online format and decision making in that regard. So it all has to work together, but we've got a lot of exciting things going on, and we are so grateful that we are able to continue our work remotely. So we're eager to get back on campus, eager to be with everybody again, but we're fortunate that we've been able to sustain our operations.
Yes, and speaking as someone who works with your team, and I used to be when we return, I will be back to being on the same floor with you all, which I've enjoyed, is that your team is accessible, easy to work with, and quick to help us as we're working in this new environment. And I love that you mentioned the strategic plan, because we can't achieve those goals if we don't know how we're doing. If we don't have the data to inform us, we're unable to reach those goals. So your office is really important And thank you for talking to me
Well,
today.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.